Let's begin with Child's Pose. Come to seated on your knees, big toes to touch. Rest your forehead on the ground and extend your arms in front of you. Take a deep inhale from your nose and open your mouth to sigh it all out. Move your forehead side to side to just gently come into the present moment. Bring a deep inhale with which you bring in happiness and gratitude, and exhaling out from your nostrils any worries and anxiety or fear about the practice. Deep inhale and lift your hips up as you exhale out to downward facing dog. With the knuckles of your hands, your fingertips, press the earth away from you. Move your head side to side or a neck rotation if that is what is in your practice today. Press your heels into the ground. Breathe in, exhale out to walk forward into Padhastasana, hand and feet on the ground. Draw your inner ankles back and outer ankles down. Press your chest towards your thighs. Inhale. Come to half lift. Bend your knees. Extend your spine. Lift your head up to face the crown of your head towards the front and your tailbone pressed back. Come out of your head and dip into your body to notice where your breath is. Flow with your out breath to fall forward. Drop your head, lift your hips in. Toe heel your feet together on next inhale, rising up to extended mountain. Zip up your spine. Stack your shoulders on top of your hips and your heels. Set your gaze to a point in front of you and soften your drishti on that point, your gaze, setting the intention for your root chakra. There are a few connecting asanas that we will flow through to get into asanas for root chakra. Forward fold on exhale, halfway lift, walk back to high plank. Stack your heels on top of your toes and place your shoulders on top of your wrists with a micro bend in your elbows so that your triceps are engaged. Now bring your attention to your core. Lift it up into the back of your spine. Bend your elbows to come to low plank. Let your body hover above the ground for the next 2 breaths. As you complete your second breath, bring the tops of your feet on the ground, bringing upward facing dog to downward facing dog as you exhale out. Move your hips side to side. Paddle your feet forward and back, coming to the tippy toes and then bringing back into your heel a couple more times. Pressing your hands onto the mat. Lift your right leg up to 3-legged dog. Press your foot towards the ceiling like you're pushing the sky up above. Walking up to low lunge, bringing your right foot to the inner edge of your right hand as you spark your fingers towards the ceiling, and the shin bone of your back foot rests on the ground with the tops of your foot. Breathe in. As you exhale out, bow forward to Chaturanga, bringing your right foot back, tops of your feet up into low plank, high plank, and then upward facing dog, to downward facing dog. And for the instructions for these two asanas, you can check out my previous video on sacral chakra yoga asanas. Flipping over to three-legged dog on your left, lifting your left leg up and going into low lunge on your left side. Bring your left foot to the inner edge of your left hand, and the shin bone of your back foot stays on the ground. Pit of your belly in and up. Inhale. Exhale out to low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. One more time. Press your shoulder blades back into your spine and into your body. From your core, come to low plank, into cobra. Pressing your hands on the ground, micro bend your elbows. Bring your shoulder blades into your spine, tops of your feet on the ground. Deep inhale, exhale out, coming into hero. Bring your hips to set in between your heels. Lifting your hips up to camel. Place your hands on your hips, elbows bend back. Press your hips towards the front as you drop your head down to gaze behind you. Take a big swallow. Inhale, exhale out, sitting down, going into second camel. Now this time, try to touch your heels with your hand, pressing your hips towards the front and setting your gaze at a point behind you. Moving into Uddiyana Bandha, pit of your belly in and up. Deep inhale, exhale out with your hands on your hips, sitting down to hero pose. Deep inhale, downward facing dog. As you exhale it all out. One more breath in here. Lifting your hip up. Going into pigeon pose as you exhale out. Bring your right knee right behind your right hand. 20 rights here. Extend your shoulders forward. The idea here is that the tops of your feet are facing to the side of the mat. Your front shin doesn't have to be parallel to the front of your mat. However, your knee of your right foot is pointing the front of the mat. Rest your head on the ground. As you inhale, lift up to downward facing dog and exhale it all out. Moving into pigeon on your left. Lift your leg up. Kick it into the left hand to place your left knee onto the outer edge of your mat. Your shin bone of the left leg can be parallel. If not, don't try too hard the first time. The intention is to open your root chakra. Your right leg is extended back and the top of your back foot is resting on the ground. As you inhale, notice your rib cage open. As you exhale out, your diaphragm goes up and you extend your torso. Inhale in, come to a seated. As you extend your legs forward, notice your sits bones on the mat. Spark your fingers towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale out to bend forward. The intention here is to have an extended spine. It doesn't matter where your knees are. Place your hand either on the toes or sides of your feet. Deep inhale. Open your chest up. Exhale out. fall forward. Do this a couple more times with your own breath. Inhaling in, exhaling out, and use that stretch in your spine. On the next inhale, rise up to now lying down flat on your back, legs extended. Bring your knees to bend. Rest your right ankle on your left knee. Grab your thighs with both your hands. Moving into eye of the needle pose on the left. Similarly, now moving into eye of the needle on your right. Lifting your right knee, grabbing on to the inner thigh of your right leg with both your hands, and cross over with your left ankle on your right knee. A couple breaths here as you now move into Shavasana. Deep rest. Worked hard for your root chakra to open, connecting your root chakra with the element earth. Removing fears, insecurities from your body and letting them go as you now connect your breath, taking it down to your spine, down to your root chakra, and let this breath flow out of your heels. Play with the idea that your entire body is breathing. Bring awareness back into your body and bring your knees to bend. Draw them into your chest, lift your forehead and press it into your knees. Roll on to your right side, press to seated, coming into Sukh Asana or Lotus Pose. Bring your hands to your heart center. We seal this practice with Namaste.